Let me ask you something. When was the last time you sat down to focus and actually did it without reaching for your phone? Not once, not twice, but completely? Because if you're honest, it almost never happens. Schwan. You sit down with intention. You open your laptop. You tell yourself this time will be different. Yuan. And then, somehow, without even noticing, you're gone. Schwan. Scrolling, clicking, switching, consuming. Minutes turn into hours. Schwan. And at the end of the day, you feel busy, but not productive. Occupied, but not fulfilled. Schwan. And here's the part that no one tells you. This isn't an accident. Schwan. You're not just bad at focusing. You're not just lazy, Schwan. There is a system designed to keep you exactly where you are. Schwan. Distracted, reactive, disconnected from your own goals. Schwan. And the worst part? It works perfectly because you don't even see it. Schwan. You think it's your fault. You think you need more discipline, Schwan. More motivation, more willpower. But what if the problem isn't you? Schwan. What if the problem is what you're surrounded by every single day? Schwan. Stay with me, because once you see this, you won't be able to unsee it. Schwan. And more importantly, you'll finally understand how to break free. Schwan. Because right now, you're living inside a loop. Schwan. Wake up, check your phone, scroll. Schwan. Rush your morning, try to focus, fail. Schwan. Get distracted again, and repeat every single day. Schwan. It feels normal because everyone else is doing the same. Schwan. But normal doesn't mean natural, it means programmed. Schwan. Think about it. The first thing you touch in the morning is not your thoughts. Schwan. It's not your goals. It's not your purpose. It's your phone. Schwan. And in that moment, you hand over control before your day even begins. Schwan. You allow notifications to invade your mind. Schwan. Before you've even had a chance to think for yourself. That's not a habit. That's conditioning. Schwan. And it goes deeper than you think. Schwan. Every time you scroll, every time you switch tasks, you're training your brain. Schwan. To expect distraction, you're reinforcing the pattern. Schwan. Again and again and again. Schwan. Until focus starts to feel unnatural, uncomfortable, when, even painful, and distraction becomes your default state. Schwan. But here's the truth that changes everything. Schwan. This system doesn't just steal your time. Schwan. It steals your ability to build anything meaningful. Schwan. Because anything valuable requires depth. Schwan. It requires time. It requires attention. Schwan. And attention is exactly what's being taken from you. Slowly. Quietly. Schwan. Every single day, this loop continues to drain your potential and stall your progress. Schwan. You don't notice it happening because it doesn't feel like loss. Schwan. It feels like entertainment. It feels harmless. Schwan. Just one video, just one scroll, just one quick check. Schwan. But that just one is never just one. It's a loop. Schwan. You see, every scroll is a microdose of dopamine, a variable reward. Schwan. Like a slot machine in your pocket. You don't know what's next, and that's why you can't stop. Schwan. We have been trained to fear boredom, to see it as a void that must be filled. Schwan. But boredom is where creativity is born. It's the soil where focus grows. Schwan. By reaching for your phone the second you feel a lull, you're killing your mind's ability to think deeply. Schwan. And suddenly, sitting down in silence, working on something meaningful, feels boring. Schwan. The price isn't money. The price is the person you were meant to become. Schwan. Think of all the books unwritten, the businesses unstarted, the relationships unbuilt. Schwan. Because you sacrificed them for 15 seconds of a stranger's highlight reel. Schwan. Are you ready to stop being the product? Are you ready to take back your mind? Schwan. You are more than a consumer. You are a creator, a builder, a man of discipline. Schwan. The shift doesn't happen when you find more time. It happens when you protect what you have. Schwan. Because once you see the system, you have a choice. Schwan. You can keep living inside it, or you can step outside. Schwan. And that'd start with a big change. It starts with something small. Schwan. Something almost invisible, but powerful. Schwan. The moment you wake up, don't reach for your phone. Schwan. Just sit for a few seconds. In silence. Let your thoughts be yours first. Schwan. It will feel strange, uncomfortable, even pointless. Schwan. But that's exactly how you know it matters. Because you're breaking the pattern, Xuan. You're interrupting the system. You're taking back control, Xuan. One moment at a time. And from there, everything begins to change, Xuan. Not instantly, not dramatically, but consistently, Xuan. You start noticing your thoughts again. You start feeling present, Xuan. You start choosing what to focus on, instead of reacting to everything, Xuan. And that's where real discipline begins, not in forcing yourself to work harder, Xuan, but in removing what's pulling you away, Xuan. Because discipline isn't about doing more, it's about allowing less, Xuan. Less noise, less distraction, less chaos, Xuan. So you can finally focus on what matters, Xuan. But there's something important you need to understand. You will fail, Xuan. There will be days when you fall back into the loop. Days when you waste time, Xuan. And that's normal, because the system is strong, Xuan. But what matters is what you do next. Do you stay there, or do you come back, Xuan? Do you give up, or do you reset, Xuan? Because every time you come back, you weaken the system, Xuan. And over time, something incredible happens. You stop reacting, you start acting, Xuan. You stop consuming, you start creating, you stop escaping, you start building, Xuan. And the same world that once distracted you loses its grip, Xuan. And the same world that once distracted you loses its grip, Xuan. And that's when your life begins to change, Xuan. Not because the world changed, but because you did, Xuan. Because now, you protect your attention. You guard your focus, Xuan. You choose where your energy goes. And that changes everything, Xuan. Because your life is built on what you focus on, Xuan. But when you take it back, when you direct it, when you protect it, Xuan, you begin to build something real, something meaningful, something yours, Xuan. So the next time you feel distracted, the next time you reach for your phone, Xuan, pause just for a second, Xuan, and ask yourself, is this a choice or is this the system, Xuan? Because that question, that moment of awareness, is where your freedom begins. Xuan, you don't have a focus problem, Xuan. You have a system around you designed to keep you distracted, Xuan. But once you see it, once you break it, you become different, Xuan. More aware, more intentional, more in control, Xuan. And from that place, discipline becomes natural, not forced, Xuan. Because now, you're not fighting yourself anymore. You're finally working with yourself, Xuan. And that's when everything changes, Xuan. Discipline is not about controlling your life. It's about taking it back, Xuan. One moment at a time, Xuan. Welcome to the dopamine economy. Every platform you use is a marketplace where your focus is the currency being traded, Xuan. They use variable rewards, the same psychology as slot machines, to keep you pulling the handle, hoping for one hit of novelty. Xuan, it's not a bug, it's a feature. The hook is designed to capture you before your rational mind can even say no, Xuan. To fight back, you need more than just willpower. You need a strategy to build mental defenses against an army of engineers. Xuan, starting tomorrow, we implement the 7-day reset. Day 1, no screens for the first hour of your life. Xuan. By day 3, we strip away the noise. A digital fast to let your dopamine receptors breathe again. Xuan. This is how you bring depth back to your life. You starve the system, and you feed your purpose. Xuan. To reclaim your life, you must understand the science of flow. It is the state where potential is fully realized. Xuan. Flow requires a single point of entry. One task, no distractions, no safety net of a smartphone nearby. Xuan. Every time you resist the urge to check your phone, you are literally rewiring your brain. You are building neural highways. Xuan. It takes an average of 20 minutes to reach deep focus after a distraction. Every quick check resets that clock. Xuan. This is why digital minimalism isn't a hobby. It's a survival strategy for the modern mind. Xuan. Discipline is a muscle. Start your day with a cold start, no input. Xuan. Schedule your deep work blocks like they are sacred appointments, because they are. Xuan. End your day by reviewing your victories. Not what you consumed, but what you built. Xuan. The compound effect of focus is the most powerful force in the universe. Small wins lead to massive transformations. Xuan. You are no longer a slave to the ping. You are the master of your own attention, the captain of your own soul. Xuan. The system is still there. It hasn't changed, but you have. Now go build something that matters. Xuan. Consider the philosophy of time. It is the only resource you cannot earn back, Xuan. Memento mori. Remember that you will die. Not to spark fear, but to spark urgency. Xuan. What legacy are you building? A history of likes or a history of impact? The world needs architects of reality. Xuan. You are the architect. Your focus is the foundation. Without it, your dreams are just sketches in the sand. Xuan. The tide of distraction is constant. It never sleeps. It never tires. Xuan. Discipline is not a cage. It is the shield that protects your freedom from the chaos of the outside world. Yishuani. Every day is a silent war. A war for your mind. A war for your future. Xuan. Which side will you choose today? Will you be the one who watches or the one who builds? Xuan. Building doesn't happen in a day. It happens in the mundane moments of choice. Xuan. Greatness is just 1,000 mundane choices made correctly. It is the boring work. Xuan. When your focus becomes unshakable, you become dangerous to the system. Xuan. You become a magnet for opportunity. Master yourself and watch how the world reacts. Xuan. While everyone else is drifting, you are soaring toward your destination. Xuan. And the destination is not a place, it's a version of yourself. Xuan. Make a vow today, not to me, but to yourself. Protect your mind. Xuan. Be the protector of your own potential. Don't let it be sold for a scroll. Don't let it be traded for a like. Xuan. The real value is in the work. Everything else is just noise designed to keep you from it. Xuan. Silence the noise. Turn off the notifications. Close the tabs. Xuan. The real you is not a consumer. The real you is a creator, a builder. Xuan. Today is the day the system loses. Today is the day you win, not through a gesture, but through a choice. Xuan. The choice to stay, the choice to focus, the choice to be here, now. Xuan. You have found your power. Now use it. Direct it toward your purpose. Xuan. The world does not control you anymore. You control your path. Xuan. The path is yours. Walk it with intention. Walk it with discipline. You are no longer part of the system. Xuan. You are free. Free to create. Free to build. Free to live. Xuan. But now you know. And once you know, you can never go back. Xuan. The master of your own attention. The master of your own life. Xuan. One moment at a time. Xuan.